Right. So I've got blown speakers on this one, so I can't play it loud. I've got volume altered electronically on that one, so I can't play it loud on that one. Right. Right, is this for the...
Gambinos, to my knowledge, never looked down on anyone. They're all friends of ours, they're all made guys. And
definitely blown, isn't it?
Families and so on and so forth.
Or poked with something.
Had a problem at one time because a lot of them were dealing drugs, and we were told not to. They never stopped. They lost the commission seat because of that. So for a while there was only 4 families on the commission rather than the 5th one. They lost their seat. And that happens very rare, but it does happen occasionally. So that's my answer.
Right, we'll start this again in a minute. Subject matter anyway. Because we're talking about smoking, aren't we? And private medication. But it's not drugs. It's medication. Misunderstanding by ignorant people. Right. And he's a Catholic, isn't he? Yeah.
Line in mode.
You're getting waved to. Well, whatever you were doing to you, so something going on?
I had to turn my mic on. Can you guys hear me better now? I heard the questions were a little quiet.
So anyway, we didn't look down on people in our life.
They don't look down on people, right? He's just said people that take drugs, they get commission, they lose their seat, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Right? What have I just been showing you? About cleaned out grinders.
Hey guys, I wanted to start off by saying we had some
volume levels
difficulties. I'm getting tongue-tied. And we started off a little late. A couple of you guys, I think 20 or 30 people snuck in from YouTube. So welcome to you guys too. That was pretty cool, sneaking in. So,
all about sneaking in.
Questions right now. Just starting to relax. I just got here and running me around. I got the leash off my neck, so I could start. Now I'm going to peek over here every once in a while because Zaza's asking me the questions, and Zaza's real beautiful, so I peek there once in a while. And so, all right, go ahead, answer me. What's the questions?
All right, first question. Did the Gambino family look down on the smaller families like the Bonanno and the Casey, and were the Genovese the most respected?
The Gambinos, to my knowledge, never looked down on anyone. They're all friends of ours. They're all made guys. And there were smaller families. And
I'm not being derogatory to Catholics. I joke about it. About the Pope shitting his knickers and that. And his lightning storms and shit.
Not to. They never stopped.
It's only because men are wearing dresses over their trousers.
So for a while there was only 4 families on the commission rather than the 5th one. They lost their seat. And that happens very rare, but it does happen occasionally.
Right, so people should lose their houses over taking drugs is what he's saying, yeah? That's judgmental. That's judging. Not understanding, that's judging. Don't judge people.
There's always a thought of being caught. You got to be careful with a lot of things that you do. I guess that thought is always in your head. That's why we don't talk too much on phones, even in clubs where we know there's bugs. We get to learn that you're getting waved to. Well, whatever you were doing, Richie was waving to you, so something going on?
I had to turn my mic on. Can you guys hear me better now? I think the questions are a little quiet.
So anyway, we didn't look down on people in our life. And was that the question? I forgot what the question is now.
Yeah, it was just basically like if you were constantly ill.
Now, these are other technical difficulties when we don't know who the fuck is saying what to who. So, okay, let's go again. Let's go.
All right, next question. Did you hear about the underboss and boss of the Columbos being taken down several days ago, and do they still commit murders today?
Do you see why
I
I'm
did
still
hear about
watching,
that bust. Most of them I did not know. I knew the guy they said was the boss, Andrew Russo, Mush, we used to call him. Matter of fact, if you watch my podcast, when I talked to the guy who was the acting boss when Stymie was killed, that's him, Andrew Mush.
Andrew Moosh.
I guess some things they didn't learn. They were threatening people. As far as I know, they don't commit murders anymore, which is a smart move. Even threatening people in a way. There's a lot of ways to make money with the mafia. They really got to stay away from that kind of shit. And that shows a lot of other mafiosos who are there. I mean, you got to chill a little bit to enjoy life on the outside, or you're going to go to prison. Andrew, I mean, some of the charges are very serious.
What am I
I
trying
really
to
have
do?
no knowledge of his tapes or his case, but he's 80-something years old.
You can't relax if
Just
people
like the end of him.
have fucking been in your property,
So this is a lesson, I guess,
messing with your
not
shit,
for me,
making you
but
question even the
people who are in
liquids
the
you're
mafia.
taking.
You know, make some money,
See what I'm saying?
do some bullshit crimes, whatever you do. But this is clear stupidity. Shaking down a union or whatever you're doing. You can make money with them, you can shake them down a little bit, but threats, and I'm going to kill you right in front of your wife and kids, that's horseshit. And so, the rest of the guys, I didn't know who they were. You know, one of them I know their name. There's another guy, a younger guy. He's related to Carmine Persico. He's a nephew. His father was Teddy Persico. His name is Teddy Persico Jr. He did a lot of time.
Facebook era.
I knew him as a kid. Tough kid, good guy. Was tough in prison. He had a good, way about him, a good presence.
Sorry, something
But
went wrong.
he's caught up again.
Go back.
I'm not sure if he's
No,
still on
I'm
parole.
not gonna
If
go
he's
back.
on parole. He's facing a parole violation. and
Facebook
then
error.
another sentence. And,
Facebook error.
I would think after doing it, and he did quite a
Facebook
good
error.
sizable bit in prison. You would think by
Right,
this
what
time
the
he
fuck's
would learn
going
his
on with
lesson.
this?
But then he
Is
could
this
talk back and
electronic
say,
interference
"Dummy,
again, or is
you
this
went back to
them
prison
trying to
after you
stop
got
me
out
from
too."
posting
So,
to Facebook?
I guess, some dogs you can't teach them new tricks, I guess.
Alrighty, next question. Do you know much about Frank Terry? I hear he was a well-liked boss while he had the role.
Or is this part of the whatever it is that they've injected?
Frank Terry his nickname was Funzy. And he was called a street boss. He wasn't a boss. He was a street boss. And they called him that because originally the boss was incognito. He was not known, and they would call people a boss and this and that to confuse the government. So he had that little title. He was a tough guy. I did a video about him, and I guess he was a decent guy. I really didn't know him too well. I knew a few things about him, but and I guess the people around him, if they think he was a good guy, he was a good guy.
Next question. What was your reaction once you found out about the tragic events that occurred on September 11th?
September 11th, I was in prison. I was in MCC, New York. And every day we would go out, or every other day, or when the weather permitted, we
Fuck
would
this
go
shit,
out
I'm gonna have a
for rec.
cigarette. Something's not right
And it
here
was,
anyway.
an
I'm
11
being
story
blocked from
building.
getting
So
on
we went out
Facebook on
the
one
roof.
system.
There was no yard. We went out on the roof.
Trying to get me
for
to
rec.
click on something on
And every
this
time I
system
went out there, right across
to
the
get rid
street,
of that so I can get
guess it was a
online.
little further
Yeah,
across the
fuck it.
street.